Booga, 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 booga. Hello, boogies. I was not expecting you guys to enjoy the r/am I the asshole video that I posted a couple weeks ago. You guys have been messaging me like, make a sequel to that. You guys loved it. And I just kind of threw, it was like a throwaway thing that I said. I was like, let me know what you guys thought about one I was a little bit ambivalent about. And you guys flooded the comment sections with your opinions. And I spent a whole day just reading through it. Like the top comments with no likes. I just spent my day just going through it, and I loved it. So that's what I want to do on this video. I'm gonna throw just a couple. I think I'm gonna throw a couple at you. Respond to the ones you guys want. I would just love to just sink into your opinions. I really want to hear what you guys think. If you don't know how this works, r/am I the asshole, what people do is they come here with their stories, their conundrums, their problems. They list out the details, and then they ask, am I the asshole, or is someone else in the story the asshole? And then the comment section decides. Am I the asshole for not answering my husband when he calls? A husband is in a huge snit. Oh, you're British as hell, aren't you? He's in a huge snit about this, and he has taken himself to the spare room over it. Fancy. A snit? He has taken himself to the spare room. Tonight was my first time since giving birth 7 months ago that I've been out at night, by which I mean I didn't do baby's bedtime feed and routine. I left to go to the cinema with a friend shortly before his bedtime routine would begin. Husband used to help for the first 3 months with evenings, but has since said he's too busy and tired from work to do it. I talked him through the baby's routine, the room temperature, lighting, noise, etc. preferences he has, and husband assured me that he has everything under control. Sounds perfect. What could go wrong? The movie barely started when I started getting calls from my husband. I texted him and asked him what was wrong, and he said the baby wasn't sleeping. I checked the baby monitor, camera covers most of the room, and could see that the room lights were on, the white noise machine was off, and he hadn't tucked the baby into his blanket. I texted him to say as much, and he started calling me again despite knowing I'm in the theater. He texted me to come home and put the baby to bed. I told him I was sure he had everything in hand and put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I did periodically check via the baby monitor, and he was okay once the husband actually followed the sleep routine. After the movie, I saw that my husband had continued to call me for like the next hour after we last spoke. Is your husband also a baby? What is wrong with him? When I got home, he started arguing with me for ignoring his calls and berating me because I left him alone. Oh, he is a baby. He's a child. He's an actual child. Okay. Why did you leave me alone in this stupid, scary situation? I think this one's pretty easy. If it's your night out, unless it's an emergency, the baby's got like a medical, like an ear infection or a exposed liver or so, I don't know, something really bad happens. I don't know how a baby's liver would be. Maybe you're just like playing with, you're juggling knives to entertain the baby and one gets away from you. I'm not a parent. I don't know what you do to entertain children. It's her night off. Just like, figure it out. You helpless animal. You're so big. Just like, tuck it in. We'll make cute little baby noises. Oh, the baby. And the baby will go, ah. I haven't been around babies much, but I assume that's what the noise they make. Am I the asshole for making my wife order off the kids menu or share a meal with me? My wife has never been a big eater. That's fine, and I don't have a problem with it. What I do have a problem with is that my wife is somehow also a greedy eater. She always prefers a large variety of foods. So basically, she goes out to places, orders a lot of everything, and eats just little bits. So she will order whatever can get her the most variety of options, ignoring the cost. She will add sides, appetizers, and desserts to her meal, only to eat 1 or 2 bites of each. Most of the time, I find myself ordering small meals and eating what remains of her orders just to try and justify it, but I don't like 90% of what she orders and just want to eat my own damn meal. A week ago, I got incredibly annoyed when she ordered herself a full rack of ribs and an appetizer, only to eat like 20% of each. As we were leaving, I told her that I'm sick of spending $40+ on her alone for food she does not end up finishing. I told her that from now on, she can either order 2 things off the kids' menu, or we can work out something we will both enjoy and share. She ignored me and thought I was not serious. Well, last night we went out to a wing place. As we sat down, I asked for a kids' menu and she got confused. When we started talking and I told her that she either needed to order off the kids' menu or share with me, she got quiet and refused to talk to me and started saying that I'm insulting and belittling her. You kinda are. When you go out in public and you're like, I'll get one adult's menu for me and my wife will have a kid's menu because she is a child, we need to look after her. She cannot make her own adult decisions. I do kinda understand the plight though. Like, it would be annoying, even if you're like sharing finances. Like, you got a whole smattering of different foods and you're just gonna eat little, that's so wasteful. She's not talking to me now, and this morning I got a call from her dad screaming at me for what I did. Is that normal? Is it normal for parents to like come in and mediate problems? Like, this is like a small fight, right? This is not like a earth-shattering fight. You don't start calling around being like, hey, here's my you guys are gossipers. That's the problem. If you just go and you blab All your details, you're annoying. Get back in there, sit in a room, figure it out. Like adults should. I'm gonna go with not the asshole here, but I think your execution of your frustration could have been better. I would feel that as well if someone was specifically like, no, you're gonna order off this menu. You're not allowed to eat these kinds of foods. I decided. Am I the asshole for not tattooing my stepson's name on my arm with my kids' names? I've been married now to my wife for 4 years. We have a daughter together, that's 1. She has an 8-year-old son from her first marriage. I have the names of my oldest 2 kids tattooed on my arm. I just recently added the name of my youngest daughter. My wife and I were talking about the tattoo, and she asked me if I'll tattoo my stepson's name in the same round as our daughter's. So get the stepson's name the same time he gets the his daughter's name. I told her I have no intention of tattooing his name. She was shocked and asked me why. I said I only have the names of my children tattooed. She said I am excluding her son, and he is a part of this family too. I refused to tattoo his name and proceeded to only tattoo my daughter's name. Wife called me all sorts of things. Am I the asshole? This one is fun for everybody not involved. It's a reasonable ask. I want my kid's name tattooed on you because it's like it's all your kids. Is my kid not your kid as well? And if you say no because you only want your bloodline. On your bloodlines, like veins, bloodlines, lines of blood, bloodline. Ooh, I want to sit on this one for a second. Wow. But it's reasonable because it's exclusionary. But at the same time, it's like his body, his choice. I don't know. Like, no, you have to get my kid's name tattooed on you. Like, I don't know. You start enforcing tattoo rules. Oh, I don't know. This is where I have you guys. Help me out here. What is the answer to this? Who's right? Am I the asshole for walking out in the middle of dinner over a comment my husband made about my hair loss? It got removed, but luckily for us, it auto-posts the whole post in the comments, so we have the whole thing. I, 34-year-old female, got diagnosed with cancer months ago. I'm reaching the end of my treatment. I'm doing pretty well, but my emotions are all over the place. I don't go out much except to visit my husband's family. My husband has made comments about my hair loss a number of times, which was hurtful. But he said he was kidding. I had no issue with it since he apologized afterward and did it in private. Okay, so you talked about it. We went to my in-laws' house for dinner last night. We were all seated at the table and were about to eat when a sister and her husband and kids arrived last minute. Her sister had a new haircut that she was showing to everyone. Oh boy. My husband, for some reason, kept staring at me, then he just full on out said, "Damn, wife, look at my sister's hair. Why can't you at least get a wig instead of going out looking like that?" While pointing at me. I would divorce you on the spot. He said that in front of everyone, and everyone was focusing on my head that barely had any hair on it. I got up, went to wash my hands, and ordered an Uber and walked straight outside and waited for it. My husband and his mom followed me, telling me that I was being hypersensitive and that I should go back inside and not make a scene and ruin the night for everyone. I refused and went home shortly after. My husband came home seething. Yeah, he's the one that got really screwed here. He started arguing about how he did nothing wrong and how I behaved in a disgraceful, disrespectful manner by getting up and walking out in the middle of dinner. Sometimes when you make jokes, you fumble. Especially like if it's in private and the person's like, "Hey, I didn't like that joke. Can you not do that anymore?" Then you stop doing that thing. But to then keep doing it and then do it in front of someone? Oh. We argued more and he just stopped talking to me after he ranted about how he's been putting up with enough of my bullshit already. Have you no empathy, sir? His mom called me to tell me to get therapy for whatever insecurity I have and stop taking it out on my husband. Can parents keep their noses out of their children's marriages? I think worst of all, that like he's seething. He's the one thinking that the infraction was against him. Like you ruined his day rather than him like completely destroying your self-esteem. Am I the asshole for calling my ex at 2 a.m. and asking him to come comfort our daughter and asking him to cancel his vacation? Our daughter got sick while on vacation with her dad a few months ago, and now whenever she's upset, she wants a specific parent to comfort her, and it's impossible to get her to calm down if you're not the parent she wants. 2 nights ago, she woke up at 2 a.m. after having a nightmare and wanted her dad. We're separated and don't live together, so I did try to calm her down myself at first, but she was getting more and more distressed. Eventually, I caved and called my ex to ask him if he could come over and comfort her. He came over and managed to get her back to sleep, but because she was sleeping on him, he didn't want to move in case he woke her up again. He asked me to wake him up at 8 a.m. as he was supposed to be leaving for a vacation with his girlfriend a few hours later. I asked him not to go because I was worried our daughter would want him while he was away. After discussing it, he agreed not to. A few hours after he left, the girlfriend called me as she was upset. I'd asked him to come over at 2 a.m. and because he canceled their vacation at the last minute because of me. She told me I was acting like a jealous ex-wife and accused me of using our daughter to control my ex, which isn't true. Like, bless this man. This man is taking his parenting role super seriously. He comes over at 2 a.m., middle of the night, cancels vacations just on the remote possibility that his kid is going to need him at some point. Yeah, you're kind of sabotaging. You're sabotaging your ex-husband's relationship right now. Let him go on vacation, damn. I think the only argument for not the asshole would be like, oh, we gotta prioritize the kid. In my opinion, it's like, fuck the kids. What's better, a kid or a vacation? Vacation, right? I love asshole posts. I love when you don't even realize it. Those are my favorite because usually people are posting here because they think they're not in the wrong and they want that confirmation from others. So when it turns out that their story makes them look the worst, that's just beautiful. Am I the asshole for leaving a party and embarrassing my boyfriend in the process when he didn't shut down a comment his friend made? I'm a 25-year-old female and a former professional gymnast. We went to a party tonight at his friend's house, and this was a good way for him to introduce me. So this is the first time she's meeting them. Most of them are really nice, and I got along with those ones, but a few got gross when they learned of my profession, and I'm sure many of you can guess the comments that followed. Speculation on my flexibility, our bedroom activity, etc. I told them I didn't like that kind of talk, and it degraded my sport. How people always jump to that. My boyfriend told me to relax and they just meant it as a joke and continued on until I told my boyfriend I was going home and left clearly upset. He tried to stop me, but I didn't let him, telling him that his friends could enjoy their speculation with me gone. I'm ignoring his texts and not replying right now. I don't feel in a good frame of mind to not snap further. Good. I would say that though. I wouldn't ignore it. I'd be like, hey, I need a little time. I think everyone should do that at the beginning of the relationship. Establish that. Like, hey, if I need some space, I'm going to say like, hey, I need space. And then when I'm ready, I'll come to you. Should I have just accepted it and not stormed off? Maybe tried to lead the conversation elsewhere? I feel bad for embarrassing him in front of his friends, but I was embarrassed first. I don't know. This one's messy. All right, this is probably what I'm going to hand off to you guys. I can understand this because especially the gymnastics industry. Who's that guy? Nassar? There's this really creepy gymnast who essayed so many girls. And he, just the worst kind of person. So I can understand it more specifically as a gymnast because it's widespread within that sport, you know? So because it's like a thing in media where it's like, oh, you're flexible in the bedroom. I think when media does it, people kind of think it's more safe because like television shows and stuff that say those kind of comments, they don't get pushback on it, then I don't think that they're expecting to get pushback. Oh no, you told them though. You know what? I'm coming around. I was a little bit like, if you're not expressing it, but you did. Let me know what you guys think. Also, hey, by the way, keep it civil, keep it nice in the comment section. Be nice. Or be mean. I don't really care. My nose ring. I made contact with my nose and I was like, what's missing here? Am I the asshole for calling my husband Tiny Dick after he's been calling me his female wife Big Dick for months? I love a story about a big dick. I just can't get enough. My husband has been calling me horrible names for years, but just recently he started calling me Big Dick. This one might be a little too close to home because my grandfather, his name is Richard, also known as Dick, and so everyone in the family would call him Big D. Now I am the only grandchild that has a name starting with D, so I became Little D. Fine, that was fine until I hit puberty and I was like, little D? I don't know if I like this. Self-fulfilling prophecy because now I have a, you know, we're not gonna go there. I think it's extremely disrespectful and rude and just completely unnecessary. I kind of agree. I've literally begged for him to stop. Okay, there's nothing else to say at that point. Like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Stop doing this, please. Today he called me Big Dick and was upset that I ignored him. I said, I'm not going to respond to you calling me that, okay, Tiny Dick? And he told me to get the F out of his house. What? I told him something along the lines of, I've genuinely asked you nicely to stop calling me Big Dick, and you haven't cared a single time how bad it hurts my feelings. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing to you, and you'll get your feelings hurt real quick, okay, Tiny Dick? And all he had to say in response was, you're a bee. You're a big old bumblebee. Am I really the bumblebee here, or is he butthurt that I'm giving him a taste of his own honey? Yeah, this guy is an asshole. Like, objectively, like, this is asshole behavior. And then he says, get out of my house? Over one insult? When you have been insulting me all this time? Come on. No, you're a child. Am I the asshole for posting an unedited picture of my influencer sister when she didn't Facetune me as well? I won't give too many specifics, but while she's relatively nobody here, she has a couple 100,000 Instagram followers. She took a picture of me and her posing in front of some decorations. My sister Facetuned herself, but left me unedited. Now, I don't want to say I'm ugly or she's ugly. However, we are nowhere near the average Instagram influencer level of beauty. I told her I didn't want her to post it anywhere unless she cropped me out. or at least edited me a bit so I didn't look so dreadful next to her. She said okay, and I didn't realize she posted it until later that evening. I got a weird DM calling me the ugly sister, along with some other DMs generally making fun of my appearance compared to my sister's. I went to her page and saw she tagged me in the image and facetuned herself and left me unedited. I called her and asked her how she could do that to me and to take it down because she did not have my permission to post it. But she told me it had too many likes in this amount of time to remove it. People, just post what you like. This whole, if it doesn't get enough likes in this amount of time, I have to take it down. That says that you're just a complete slave to the people who follow you. If I don't get enough of the audience's validation, then what even am I? Am I good enough? Livid, I found a picture of us that I took before we decided to use her phone, where, admittedly, we both look terrible. I posted it and tagged her, leaving it unedited. I then woke up to a ton of messages from not only my sister, but my mother, condemning me for my actions and putting my sister's career. I love how it's career on the line. The post only got a handful of likes and only a few comments as well. She deleted the post of us two together and told me to do the same, which I obliged. But now her and my mother are still angry and refusing to talk to me because I risked her career in a petty fit of jealousy. I have to ask, am I the asshole? The fact that your sister blatantly disregarded you to the point where you're then receiving harassment online and then your sister just doesn't care. So then you essentially do the same thing and they go, oh yeah, I don't like this. But they had that same opportunity to care for you and not, yeah, oh my god, this is so easy. Especially when it's based on your sister's lie. Like, she doesn't look the way she looks. If an unedited photo of your sister is enough to tank her career, then it's her own fault. It would be different if, like, you captured a photo of her through a window when she thought she was in private, she got Cheeto dust all over her. But you post for a photo and she didn't have a chance to edit it. If that's gonna tank her career, it was a very fragile career to begin with. Am I the asshole for wanting my husband to cancel his trip he's been planning for 4 years? You better have a good reason. My husband, 27, has been planning a trip for about 4 years with some close friends. The trip kept being postponed due to some of his friends having family deaths, financial issues, and unfortunate world events. My husband is finally gonna be able to leave within 2 months. The issue is 21, is that I'm pregnant. Oh, and he is leaving near my due date. Oh, okay, you have your reason. This is my first child and I don't want to go through the childbirth alone. I don't have family other than my husband. My dad's died and my mom is mentally ill. I just want this support through the process, but he's making me feel really bad for asking him to postpone so that he can be here for his daughter and I don't need to read anything else. He's the asshole. I get it. You're looking forward to this. But then maybe don't impregnate somebody. I don't know. Like, when you have a baby, it comes with certain sacrifices. Especially if you're like 8+ months pregnant? Like, you gotta be there for her. She's not even supposed to be on her feet half the time. You told me that's honestly not that big of a deal. Oh, does he have a human pushing out of his fallopian tubes? I also don't want to care for his son after I come home from the hospital alone. He plans on being away for a month. So you're gonna be 8 months pregnant with your stepson. And you're only 21. His son goes to his mom's every other weekend, but that's all sometime his mom won't even show up. What? Yo, how are you the only responsible person? He told me I'll be able to handle everything myself and begs to drop the issue because he's been planning this for so long. He even offered to pay me for all the hardships. What a great fucking parent he's gonna be. He understands that the best way to get out of a problem is to buy your way out. His friends are calling me a wet blanket. Oh, sorry! I have to give birth to a human life. That makes me a wet blanket. My bad. Oh my god. Girl, I never overreact to these posts, but holy hell. Yeah, I same way. Sometimes you see posts where, like, a woman will write in, oh, my boyfriend accidentally stepped on my pinky toe. Is he the asshole or am I for putting my pinky there? And then the comment section will be like, yeah, you need to break up with him. You need to leave this guy high and dry. But this is really bad. He's pulling out all the stops to go on this trip. You need to vet a person really well before marrying them and having kids with them, especially having kids with them. You really want to be in it with someone who is in it with you, and yeah, this is awful. Am I the asshole for taking the cake I baked for my fiance's birthday and going home? Me, 25-year-old female, and my fiance, 31-year-old male. So she doesn't have the best relationship with her fiance's mom. I try my best to be polite around her, but she's the type that have high standards, expectations of whoever dates her sons. She commented on my hair and body several times, and at some point suggested cosmetic surgeries for the future. I'm so thankful I have such a nice mom. Anyway, I'm known for baking cakes and sweets. Ben eats what I make, but whenever I bring something to his family to try, they find every excuse in the world not to eat it. I'm okay with that and stop doing it. For Ben's 31st birthday, his mom wanted to host the party. I decided to bake him his birthday cake, and he was thrilled with it. I went grocery shopping, took time off work, and put so much effort into making it how he likes it. You took time off work to bake a cake. Why? It's just a cake. But I think it speaks to how much you care. So I think it's overall a net positive. I took it with me to his mom's house, and to my surprise, when I walked in, I saw a large birthday cake sitting at the dining table. I was puzzled. Female? Family? Father? Female? I don't know what the F stands for. Fucking mother-in-law said she requested the cake from the bakery and paid XXX money for it. I asked, what about the cake that I've made? She responded, oh, you can place it on the counter over there and we'll let the kids have it. Oh, this woman is a bitch. This felt like ice was dropped all over me. I've never heard that phrase. I felt like ice was dropped on me. Like just like blocks of ice? That would hurt. I looked at Ben and he nodded at me in a just do it way. He's trying to keep the peace, I assume. I was so mad and the cake was still in my hands at the time. See, the problem is I think you put all this love and affection into this cake, and your fiance eating this cake was like the fulfillment of all that hard work. But I don't think everyone knows that. Like, you have that sentimental connection to this cake, but everyone else is just like, oh, it's a cake you baked. I turned around and made my way to the door. His mom remained standing, but Ben followed me asking where I was going. I told him that he didn't need my cake, and by extension me, since my efforts were so easily dismissed and disrespected. It's passive aggressive as fuck, but he said I was overreacting, and that his mom paid so much for that cake, and it was only fair that he accepted. At a certain point, you're 31 years old. I'm only 20, so I can't really relate. I don't know what it's like to be 31, but I assume that you would be pretty mature at that point, where if you have an issue in your family, you'd be able to talk it out. As a family, because you're an adult, with your own job, your own career, your own life, you should be able to be like, hey mom, you know what? She put a lot of work into this cake. We're gonna eat this damn cake. He begged me to get back inside and do him this favor by basically just going with the flow when I decided to go home. He got mad and started saying I was being unreasonable and stirring up drama over nothing. It is his birthday too. Everyone's there to have a good time, kind of making it about you a little bit. I went home and he didn't get back till 11 p.m. Also, a bad thing about this is, who do you think that they were talking about when you left? They probably talked about you for an hour. They made jokes about you and shit. Oh. He was so upset. He said he and his family didn't appreciate the childish behavior I displayed and ruining his party and disrespecting his mom like that. Said I turned this into a huge deal and should have acted more maturely instead of walking out with the cake. The top comments has 31,000 upvotes. It says, not the asshole. Please don't marry this man. Run far, far away and bake your cakes with someone who chooses you, not their mom. You deserve it. For the most part, this guy's good. Right? Like, he's always complimentary. He's always complimenting the cake, appreciating it. There's no issue in the relationship other than the mom needs to back the fuck off. And Reddit's just like, no, break up. Break up. Find someone else. Like, they're engaged. But if you vetted this man, and the only problem is the mom thing, then you work it out. You don't just say, hey, break up. It's so easy for people on the internet to just be like, yeah, just break up. I heard one story, that's enough for me to say, hey, break up. If you marry him, this is just gonna grow over time. This is something that can be addressed, in my opinion. So like this whole call off the wedding, I don't know, man. People overreact. It's gonna be like a 3-year romance. And they hear one little story and they're like, okay, I've heard everything. I've heard all I need. Is she the asshole? Not really. Could have handled it better. Does it make you an asshole in the situation? No. Am I the asshole for exposing my dad to the family after he tried to portray my brother as a bad father and son? My siblings, 24-year-old male, 22-year-old female, and I, 26-year-old male, were raised by a single dad. Our dad was great. He was loving, caring, and always put us first. Because of this, we never missed our deadbeat mom. My daddy even sacrificed his love life, though. He never dated anyone. So the 24-year-old brother disowned our dad around 3 years ago. For a reason I'd also disown him, to be honest. My brother found our dad and his then girlfriend, 27 now, doing it. Thus, my brother got mad at my dad and cut him off. Moved out of the house and went to live with some friends. He's 24 and still living with his dad? Single father? I don't know. Whatever, that's irrelevant, but... You eat my food, I eat your girlfriend's... I can't believe I almost finished that joke. No matter how hard my dad has tried to apologize and reached out, my brother ignores him. My dad has suffered a lot because of this and has gotten mad at us many times since my sister and I know where my brother lives. The thing is that this woman got pregnant with twins, so the 27-year-olds. But she didn't feel like being a mom, so she left them to my dad. My dad tells everyone that he is raising his grandkids. He swears they are my brother's, but I'm sure they are his, since my brother says he used protection. Well... yeah, that's foolproof. So this woman deadbeated as well? Is this not just brilliant irony? She said, fuck them kids. I don't blame her, actually. Just a circle of life here, baby. The kids turned two months a couple of days ago, and he hosted a small party. So my uncle started asking about my brother as the kid's father, since no one in the family knew what happened. So my dad started talking schnish about my brother, saying that he was an ungrateful son and a terrible father for leaving 2 kids behind. I think my dad is angry at my brother for not forgiving him. Maybe don't bang your son's girlfriend, I don't know. But he tried to portray my brother as a bad guy, and I love my brother, so I told him he wouldn't have disowned you if you hadn't effed his girlfriend and got her pregnant. Everyone looked at him, and he tried to excuse his actions, but everyone told him to F off. They've called my brother to apologize, but my dad is angry at me. He said that this is a family matter, and I should have kept my mouth shut. So am I the asshole? No, you're not the asshole. Come on. Okay, well, no. So the father's the asshole, but for an unrelated reason. Is the person posting who told people about the truth, are they the bad person? Because it is a family matter. It's pretty dark. It's going to do a lot of damage to the father's reputation. When, for the most part, the father stepped up. The father made a lot of sacrifices raising these kids. He's now raising 2 kids. He doesn't know if they're his or his son's. How messed up is that? I'd love to see the comments actually on this one. Not the asshole. I think we're going to see a lot of not the assholes because you're just saying the truth. Hasn't anyone done a paternity test on the twins? Would a paternity test even work? Because it's all the same shared genetics. What about the son though? Like, you know what? I'm just going to go from all angles here until I find my opinion. The son who his girlfriend was cheating on him with his dad. Oh, God, I would die. His girlfriend got pregnant with twins. I just handed them off to his dad. And he was just like, I want nothing to do with this. Those kids might be yours. Do you not have any sense of like, if they're mine, I should take them? He just was like, no, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm out. Like, these are children's lives. Like, I think they should know who their father is. It'd be super simple to go in and give it a quick DNA test. Seems like I don't think anyone would object to that. I think part of the reason he doesn't want anything to do with the dad is because of the kids as well. Because if he forgives the dad, then he's also going to have to like be in the kids' lives, and they might be his kids. So it's an easy way of like setting up a wall and being like, nope, I don't have to deal with anything on the other side of that wall. I'll just stay inside this little box here. I'm sure your father hasn't done a DNA test yet because he wants to lie to himself about the fact that his own actions made his son cut him off. I think that same can be said on the other side, though. The son doesn't want to do the DNA test because he doesn't want anything to do with the kids, because then he just has to be reminded that the mother of those kids was cheating on him with his dad. Oh, I would die. Let me know who is the a-hole in these situations. Oh, I cannot wait to read your comments. Thank you for watching.